Hello race fans, and welcome to another round of the ORC Blancpain series, brought to you by Online Racing Collective and Too Old for Forza. So you're joining us here at Brands Hatch. So let's go through the race here really quick. I qualified third in the 2014 Jaguar here. You see coming around the first turn here. And we've got the two BMWs of Turk Scorpio and Master Big Chief in front of us. They're definitely the class of the field, good drivers, and in that car, which is really strong around every track, it looks like. So we're going to try to do our best to keep up with them and keep the other Jag of a CBC Intimidator behind us, as well as that Bentley from, I believe it's ORC Severius and Hitman, Unknown Hitman. So I've got my work cut out for me. Again, my goal is just to be consistent on track and to stay with the Beamers as long as I can. The Jag just doesn't have the overall capability, but that's okay. It's a good solid car. Very, very good. I'm not complaining at all with the Jag. It just does lack a little bit of top end. I'm just messing around here, obviously, on the pace lap. So we're coming up on the last couple corners here. We're going to get ready for the first lap here. I think we start forming up here around the next lap. So for those of you who have not seen round number one, there's two races each week. We do this on Sundays at 9 p.m. or 8:30 p.m. Eastern. So if you want to join, just go to Tool for Forza, and we've got a couple rounds left, but we do have space, and we are going to look to be ramping up for next season for 2020 when the Online Racing Collective is going to go live, and we're going to be hosting our very own races, and probably a lot of the same drivers that you'll see here. So here we go, we're formed up again in third. We're about ready to go live here on our first lap. And there we go. We are racing. All right, so you see it coming here pretty tentatively, and actually I get a whack from behind right there from CBC Intimidator. Go a little bit wide and almost lose the place to either it's Hitman or Severius. I'll have to look and see. Let me see actually who that is. It is ORC Severius, and he's in the Bentley here. Try and chase this down. So Brands Hatch is a really fun track. It's really technical. This is the GP layout, you can see here. So it's got a lot of really good corners. It's a good all-around track. It's got a couple, open straights. Actually, just kind of two, 1.5, I could say. The straight kind of is curved a little bit, but you can be on power full blast. So, but you can easily take a tire off on these tracks and go off into the weeds there, and take a lot of time getting back on. So it is challenging from that aspect there. So I did look up, a few things about Brands Hatch and that I didn't know. I know it's been around for a long time. But I actually didn't know that it started out as a grass track for motorcycles. Interesting fact for you guys there. Well, we got close attention from ORC Severius here coming around that last bend here onto the front straight. So I've got to keep my wits about me and obviously not make any mistakes, hit my braking zones, just focus forward. The BMWs have already taken off and gotten a pretty good lead. So it looks like my biggest thing is just to watch ORC Severius here. Don't give him a sniff of an opportunity. The Bentley's very similar to the Jag. I think I mentioned that in the other round. It's very stable, very planted, but again doesn't have super top end. And we have balanced the cars and tested and tried to keep them as close as we can. But one thing you can never kind of anticipate is the driver's talent in those cars, as well as the car-track combination. So some people you'll find are super fast, let's say Brands Hatch, and then not so good at Road Atlanta, Road America, or one of the more wide open circuits, or Daytona. So the balance of performance is an ongoing, living, kind of breathing entity, where we're constantly balancing basically the BOP of the car, and as well as the driver talent at any given track, or at least a couple tracks. So we build the cars, we have a couple guys test them with a couple slightly different skill levels, try to get a good idea what the baseline for the car is. But another thing that comes into play too is tuning. And Forza, you know, we give the build for this class, but you can tune the car. So some people are good at tuning, some people aren't. Some people will lose, you know, a lot of time because they can't tune work very well. There's nothing really you can do about that, unfortunately. So that's just part of racing. Happens in real life, happens in virtual racing here too. Especially with a simcade like this one, where it's not real sim-oriented, it's not total arcade, it's kind of somewhere in between. And I do use that phrase as my opinion, personally, because you will get a lot of people offended thinking this is the be-all end-all of all race games. That's their opinion, but there's also definitely some other stuff. All right, focus on the racing here. Coming to Pilgrim's Drop. Excuse me. And coming into Hawthorne Bend there. The Derek Minter Straight right here. Into Westfield Bend, really tight, or not tight, really tricky corner right there. You can really one wide and get out there. Going through Dingledale here, Sheen's Corner, and coming down into Sterling's here, the left-hander. And then coming on this small straight, which is Clearways. And then Clark Curve is the last right-hander there onto the front straight, the Brabham Straight as it's called actually. And then, of course, into infamous Paddock Hill Bend, off-camber, kind of wants to shoot you out and kill you in the sand out there to the right side. So you notice there that actually ORC Severus is gone now, so he actually pit. So now I've got an Unknown Hitman in the other Bentley behind, but far enough behind where we don't have to worry about him. Let's go and see. Let's go get off of myself here because I'm fairly alone right now in third place. Let's see if we can find any battles. Let's go back to Unknown Hitman and see if he's battling with anybody. Yep, we've got a group of 3 here. So actually, let's go on board with CBC Intimidator. And let's see from the middle. Ooh, as he gets wide right there and gets a little loose on that corner. That's really easy to do too. Trying to carry a lot of speed. And we've got the Ferrari of Black Ghost, who's the series coordinator, the race director in this. All right, so remember the Ferrari is really strong at top end, and the Jaguar here and the Bentley are very evenly matched. So Black Ghost in third here, and that Ferrari should be able to get past these guys. Oh, CBC Taylor makes a big mistake, goes out in the sand there, and loses the place to Black Ghost. So let's go up on Black Ghost. I want to see if Black Ghost here can get onto terms with that Bentley. He should be able to, especially right here. I like the whine of that. Like the whine and sound of that Bentley. I mean that Ferrari. All right, coming into Paddock Hill. A nice apex. Drifts it all the way out. It seems like he's getting closer, but it's hard to tell without any time references. Oh, it gets real squirrely there. I think he lost a lot of ground right there. Let's see if he can catch it back up. Let's stay on board with him for this lap, and then we'll see. We'll move on to somebody else if he's not close or making a move. That way you can guys get an idea of some of these drivers. Hopefully you guys are interested in seeing the whole series. Again, I've already uploaded round 1, race 1, and round 1, race 2 to start off the season. So there was some good action there. As we all get used to the cars here, we're still kind of improving them, tuning them as we go. Let's see if Ghost can grab him here by the end of the lap. I think Unknown Hitman's got a pretty good pace on this track in that Bentley. Ghost is reeling him in slightly, but not in huge chunks. Okay, as they come around on a clearways here into the Brabham Straight. All right, let's see if we can find another battle here we can focus on. Let's take a look at Yankees Fan. Yankees Fan is driving the Audi R8, and he's got a couple guys here. He's got GTR Mergenator there in the Porsche RSR 911, and then he's got I think that's Mr. Grimp in the other Jaguar behind him. So let's go on board with Mergenator right in the middle here. Oh, he tries a nice dive bomb on the front. Wish I would have saw that right at the beginning there. We can rewind that a little bit. Let's check this move really quick. Go back to the first corner here to Patico Bend. Yeah, it looks like he gets a really nice run. Let's go to game camera here so we can see this. Yeah, it gets a really nice run. And Yankees fan just leaves the door open. And Mergenator says thank you very much and takes it right there. Good pass, Mergenator. Now we've got Yankees fan here sliding behind, so now he's got close attention from the Jaguar of Mr. Grimp behind. Let's see if let's stay on board with this lap with Mergenator, see if he can gain some space between them. Coming up to Pilgrims. And around Hawthorne here. Stay somewhat stagnant here. Oh, Yankees fan does a really good job in that corner right there, but has to back off because the Mergenator's parked on the apex there. Little slide from the Jag in the background. Looks like the Audi and Yankees fan really good on the brakes, but just can't do anything. Roughly looks like Mr. Grimp went in the pits. Let's jump on board here. Let's see with... Oh, Mr. Grimp went in the pit. Okay. Let's look at Cole Tires. Cole Tires is in the Clyde Torkel Chicken Pit, fastest chicken in the South special. He's driving the GT3 RS. And he's got nobody with him. Let's say, oh, Chuckles 1989 in the GTR here. Okay, here we go. So we got CBC Intimidator trying to get onto the back of Yankees fan here. Let's see if we can follow him for a little bit, see what he's doing, and see if he can gain some ground on Yankees fan. A little wide there, coming to the corner. All right, down Pilgrim's Drop right here. Surtees, I always forget that last left-hander. Surtees, that's a good corner. So a little dab of brakes, take a lot of curb. You can use full the exit if you can. Some dab brakes here, turn in. A little bit of loose on the exit. If you do take a lot of curb on that left side, that does help rotate the car a little bit too. So that's actually really nice. So I was going to say he overslowed for that corner big time. So he's coming into the pits, going to take his mandatory pit stop. All right, so perfect. Let's go on board with. Well, let's go back on board. Let's check out the. Let's go with Master Big Chief in second and BMW. So you can see PPS Turk Scorpio up there, just around Surtees, coming up the Pilgrims here, and he's got a pretty good lead on him. And you don't see me yet because I'm still in third. Let's see where I am. Okay, I can see him off in the distance there. So yeah, they got the whole Pilgrim straight basically right there. So there's not much I'm going to do other than probably consolidate third place, and we'll get on board with that battle later, I think, with ORC Severius once I do take my pit stop. So let's go right on board with Turk Scorpio for a lap, and let's see what he's doing. So there's that. Looking back towards Master Big Chief. That comes out of the last corner here. Gonna come across to start the next lap. Now I do think that the replay cuts off on this, so I won't be able to give you the whole race. So I'll have to tell you exactly what happened in the end. Yeah, let's just see if we can find a battle somewhere. Let's look at Hitman. Let's see what's going on with him. He's got him and Black Ghost, so let's go on board with Black Ghost here. Let's ride on this view here. think he's putting some pressure on him. Not enough to make Unknown Hitman nervous, I don't think. He's pretty good at defending and keeping in front of you, especially that big yacht that he's driving in the Bentley Continental GT. Let's see if the Ferrari should catch up right here. Maybe the straight's not long enough, or maybe Ghost tuned the gears a little bit more towards acceleration and not speed for this track. Entirely possible. We missed the apex a little bit there and lost a little bit of time. You see Unknown Hitman. Nobody behind. Unknown Hitman getting a little bit of breathing room there. So this is definitely a yo-yo battle. It keeps going up and down. I just haven't seen Ghost get close enough yet to really make a full-blown challenge to take the position from him. And I believe we're looking at, yeah. Okay, Ghost goes in the pits, actually, along with Unknown Hitman, so. Okay, there I am. Actually, I went in the pits too, so I'm coming out now. And it looks like the BMW of Master Big Chief, actually. So I actually want to go on board. I'm going to go with myself and see if I gain. It looks like I gained some time in the pits. So we're going to have to fight through some of these drivers, kind of back markers. We're not really battling with them. So there's ORC Severius right there. So I believe I gained a little bit, nothing, real major. But I've cold tires now, so this is Severius' opportunity to really jump up. Ooh, he loses a little bit there. And take advantage of my cold tires, although right about now or the next corner the cold tires will be gone. So the tire pressures in Forza heat up very quickly. So now we've got cold tires in front of us. Again, we're not battling him for position. He has yet to take his pit stop. So effectively, we are still in, effectively in fourth. But we also have Yankees fan in second, who has not taken their pit stop. So we can look forward to jumping up our 2 places to 3rd place. Let's see if Yankees fan, not Yankees fan, ORC Severius gets a little close here. Because as we come up to Cole's a little bit slower driver than both of us, so we should be able to pass him pretty easily. But he can also hinder us depending on where we catch him. So this is always an interesting challenge when you have a good battle with somebody else who's on even pace with you behind. Is how do you stay in front of him, and how do you stay in front of him, and how do you keep him behind you, as well as manage the traffic. You can't always guess where you're going to get it, because he could make a mistake, or he could be going faster some places than I am. But you can see now we're catching him, so now we're getting an idea of kind of the area of the track we're gonna catch him on, and where we're going to be able to pass him. So let's see what Cole does. Blue flags are waving, if they had blue flags technically. So he shouldn't hold us up, or shouldn't try to interrupt our battle too much. He's got his own battle he's going to be fighting. Took a lot of curb there in accident, looks like. But it looks like it didn't do very much for Severius in the gap. Head down the drop here. And so I'm guessing the next couple corners before the next, or maybe the first part of the next lap, we should be able to pass full tires here. He's driving really well. He's keeping that GT3 RS in line here. It's a strong car too. It is the only car, or one of the only cars in the field that the drivers could select. It was not a full-blown race car like this Jag and like the Bentley and some of the GT3 spec cars that Forza already builds for you. So I would tell you that car is a little more challenging. Just doesn't have the capabilities. Has good speed, just doesn't have the turn-in and maybe the bites on the corners that the GT3 seem to have. We're getting really close now here, so let's see. He actually opens up the door. Thank you very much, Cole. That was a very nice move there. Leaves the door open and just lets me through. So I believe he's gonna do the same thing for Severius. Obviously, he doesn't want to get involved in this battle. This is not his fight, and he's a very cordial and very nice driver, as well as a nice guy in real life. So here comes Severius. Let's see what happens here. Let's see if he opens it up. Actually, let's jump on board with Severius. Jump on board with Severius here and let's see what's happening. God, listen to that Bentley. I always love the sound of that thing. Our Cole goes a little bit wide. I think he was inviting him along there. But I think there was maybe miscommunication between when he was going off. So again, thank you, Cole, for your cordial driving, not interrupting the battle here. It looks like I went wide on that corner, gave ORC Severius a little sniff, and he's catching up a little bit. So now from his point of view, this is one of those things where he goes, okay, guy in front of me just made a mistake. How can I capitalize on that? And now he's analyzing everything. Where am I faster? Where is he weaker? You know, where can I attack? So this is always something you got to balance in the race, and risk versus reward too, because he's just sitting pretty, you know, at least in fourth place right now. So does he put himself too much at risk sometimes, where he can lose even fourth place, fifth, sixth, you know, whatever, if everybody else is closer? We've raced a lot together, so I know that I'm not going to put him in jeopardy. He's not going to put me in jeopardy. We are going to race hard, but we're also going to be very cordial about it, and we're going to be cooperative passing if that's what happens. If I make a mistake and I see him coming, I'm not going to block him. I'm not going to do anything like that. I might hold the inside line if I'm coming up to that corner, but if it's on a straight like this, let's say if I would have messed up, Surtees right there, and got off in the grass or like that, and he's got the overspeed on me, I'm just going to let him go. Consolidate, you know, my loss, not try to, you know, make erratic moves. You got to be predictable. That's what one of the main things is, especially when you're a slower car. It's very important. When you're a faster car, or when you're around the same speed like Severius and I are, it's being predictable. It's staying on my line. It's knowing when to defend, when to keep the racing line, and do all that stuff. So this is always a key balance when you're racing, online or in real life. All right, here we go. We're coming around the front straight here, or front crook, whatever you want to call it. Let's stay on board with Severius here and see this battle as he tries to catch up to me. I don't know if there's any other battles going on right now that are. I guess we should check that really quick. Let's see what Hitman's doing. Let's just check through the field. Oh yeah, him and Black Ghost. Okay, this is probably a better battle. Let's go on with Ghost. Let's see the front of this. So Ghost has been with these guys have been together almost like super glue. And it's basically, I think at worst or at the biggest gap, there's been what, I don't know, probably 6 car lengths or 8 car lengths, something like that. And at best, you know, it's been half a car length. Again, I haven't seen Ghost totally put a move on him yet. And then we'll see if that's coming here pretty soon. Psych Unknown Hitman got a good launch out of that corner. And who do we have behind us now? Okay, there's Mr. Grimp and the Jaguar behind. But I want to focus on this battle right here. Ooh. There's a lot of outside curb on that. Let's see if he does the same here. Yep. That curb can actually hold you on, but if you get a little over it, it will kind of grab the car and spin you out a little bit. Nice, very smooth through there. Caught up a lot. Nice little dial of the brake. Yeah, one downshift. Ooh, little twitch there. Ghost, all that work. So that's the other problem too. You know, when you get stuff like this, it's easy to catch some people. Sometimes it's harder to pass. As they always say, it's one thing to do that and one thing to do the other. It's a common like race phrase. It's totally true though. I mean, especially in a course like this, track like this, where it's very tight. There's lots of undulation. You know, lots of ups and downs. Some hard braking zones, mixed in some mid-speed corners. And not too many straights where Ghost can use the advantage of that Ferrari. He's going to have to pass him on merit, and he's going to have to do it soon, because I think we're coming down to the last half of the race, and I think the replay is going to cut off too. It's like 24 minutes or 22 minutes or something like that. All right, into Surtees. Let's see if he gets a good run. Next, Hitman gets a slightly better run, and it looks like are about the same. Nothing between. I wish I could see time distance, or you guys could see it. That'd be great. A lot of rotation there. Let's see what he does here. Good amount of curve revolve, a little wide. Oh, see, that's how it kicked the car sideways. We saved it. Good save goes. So dab, a lot of curb here. Trying not to swing it too far. That curb, or that grass eats you up too. Nice, he's nice and close now. All right, so now Hitman's definitely feeling the pressure. He sees that Ferrari Lumen Large in his rearview mirror. Come around last corner. Oh, and here's the end of the replay. So, all right, so I will tell you the order. So the order was PPS Turk Scorpio in first place, Master Big Chief in second, myself Speedy Jab, ORC Speedy Jab in third, ORC Severius in fourth. We did have Unknown Hitman finish in fifth, ORC Black Ghost in sixth, GTR Murganator in seventh, CBC Intimidator in eighth, ORC Yankees Fan in ninth, Chuckles 1989 in 10th, Coal Tires in 11th. So that rounds out the race for Brands Hatch as we look at the chicken pit livery, of course. He always does a great job with these liveries. So guys, thank you so much for joining us for round 2 of Brands Hatch. This is race 1, so I will be narrating and commenting for race 2, and I'll be uploading that soon as well. So feel free to drop by and view some of the other races. Again, if you guys want to do some good league racing, Tool for Forza is a really good racing league. I believe you do have to be over 25 to join the racing, so that's why it's called Tool for Forza. Typically, race games are enjoyed and had by younger generations. So if you're over 25 and want to join some good racing, come and join us. We're also going to be launching Online Racing Collective, ORC, in January of 2020, so we look forward to that. And we also have got some commenting on this race by AMR Nightlock on Twitch, so feel free to drop by and look at his stuff. I'll link that in the description below too. So again, I have been ORC Speedy Jab, and glad to host for the race, and hopefully see you at the next round. Thanks guys.